What do you get when you mix the RTV-X900 and the RTV-X1120, the new RTV-X? Hey guys, Zach here from Kubota of Lynchburg, and today I wanted to show off an all-new RTV-X. So this is Kubota's new RTV. Kubota's had the RTV diesel series for going on almost, actually I think we're about to be year 20 this year. So for a long time they've been making these good diesel utility vehicles. We initially had the RTV-900, 1120, 1100 without the X in it. And then up till today, we've had the RTV-X900, X1120, X1140, all the different models and variations of it. And today we get to show off the new RTV-X. So this is the first one that just showed up on our property, and there's a lot of new things about it that are really cool. It keeps a lot of the same solid, basic, reliable diesel, heavy-duty workhorse RTV that we've known for years. It keeps a lot of those similar features, but does a couple upgrades that we kind of think should have already been there, and they've come along and put them on at this point. So it's the same chassis and the same frame as the RTV-X900 and the RTV-X1120, and it actually uses the same engine and transmission as the 1120. So the RTV-900 had a little bit smaller engine and not quite as nice of a transmission as the 1120, but the 1120 could go a little bit faster, so it had a little bit nicer transmission and engine. The issue with that was then safety requirements. You had to have shoulder seat belts, you had to have the side doors and the shoulder pads and everything like that, which means the price went up and regulations went up. So they took the power of the 1120 and put it into basically a 900, which the top speed is still 25 miles per hour. But you don't have to worry about the side doors and the shoulder seat belts and kind of that expense that came with it. And then Kubota went ahead and added a couple new features that we like on their new X series, which we'll go over real quick. So I like to start at the front. So this model, now keep this in mind, this is the nice desert sand. This is a kind of a limited edition that Kubota came out with. Most of the time you get it in camo or orange, but there's some gray model options and some desert sand model options out there if you're lucky enough to get your hands on one. But so this is the desert sand. The first thing we like to see here is a new redesigned hood. So the older ones are a little bit smoother. This is just a little bit more aesthetically pleasing. It's got a little bit nicer, heavier duty, aggressive front grille guard to it. And the best thing about it is LED headlights. So this is something that Kubota hasn't done standard yet, except for on some of the sidekicks and everything. So now we actually have standard LED headlights, which for a utility vehicle, when you're out riding the farm or riding the trails at night, you're gonna want LEDs. Still add LED light bars all over this thing, which is what I would recommend, but this is a good start. And because this is a deluxe model and not a general purpose model, it has the grille guard on the front of it. So there's a couple different model options. This one's going to be what we call basically as deluxe as possible. It's a premium version, has everything on it straight from the factory, but you could get some more bare bones base models, because this one right here is probably close to, I don't know if I've even priced it out since it came in, $20,000 to $21,000 for it as it sits, but you could get some of the more basic versions, and especially if it was like orange or something like that, in the teens. So we got the grille guard here, protects the headlights. We've got a 2-inch hitch receiver here. This is the same as your truck would have, so you can take the hitch off your truck, slide it in there, and you can, put your ball mount on there to move around your trailers or other things and boats. You've got that same receiver on the back. Underneath the hood here, there's a little pop latch. This slides right up. You've got your good old generic stuff. You've got your radiator, coolant. This is going to be your hydraulic cooler. So this is a hydrostatic transmission, just like the older RTV-X900 and 1120. So you got your hydraulic cooler, brake fluid, and air filter, and a little horn in case people are getting too close to you or they need to move out your way. Well, this isn't fast, so you might not need to use it that much. Once we go to the operator station, we're going to see a couple more differences, but not many. Most everything is the exact same. One of the nicest things they've done as far as the operator station goes is going to be your brake handle. So a lot of people complained about the brake handle and having to push it with your thumb. So this is now more like a actual parking brake to it. Push thumb down there and the brake handle goes up. Let me change the focus of the camera. There we go. So setting your brake is pulling back, releasing it is pushing up. So that's your brake handle right there. You've got your display screen, which has been pretty standard on these for years. It's the same display screen, so it shows all your different things like your fuel levels to it, your coolant, hours, miles per hour, headlights, the whole 9 yards, if there was giving you alerts and warnings or low fuel. If you push this lever here in the middle, that's your four-wheel drive lever, you can see that your four-wheel drive will light up as well and tell you when you're in four-wheel drive. So as far as operating goes, very simple. This is going to be your tilt steering column, so it raises up and down. I'm going to hand this back to Leah so I can show off a little bit better. So this is going to be tilting it up and down for comfort. Your parking brake, this will be your shifting knob. You have a low, high, and reverse range, and of course a neutral, but you can put it in high or low, and you can move it, and that's your shifting knob. And then of course the other thing I showed you was your four-wheel drive lever right here between the seat. And the other things you're going to see here are going to be a differential lock. That's your orange knob here and your silver pedal there. They're interlinked. So if I were to step on this, I would lock my rear differential, pull up, and that locks it in. So if you're in mud or snow or just wet dirt, you can basically lock that differential in and it'll keep it right there. To unlock that differential, hit it with your heel and you're good to go. The other control is going to be your hydraulic dump bed here, which I will go ahead and start it up and show you guys. It's got glow plugs on it, so I should let the glow plugs hit a little bit. That's your hydraulic dump bed, dumps all the way up and dumps back down with your lever. So very simple there. And it does have a float function. If for some reason your RTV was dead and you needed to float it, you can float it as well. The other cool thing about these RTVs is going to basically be your storage capacity. So you're going to have some storage underneath the seats. You can see one storage compartment there and the other storage compartment right here. So holding your tools, your operator's manuals, they have nice little storage areas. And you do have a glove box on this. Now, if you get the general purpose model, that bare bones model, there will be no glove box. So you won't want that. But you do have a glove box for putting your handgun in or your tools or whatever you want to put in there for fun. So as we work our way back to the bed, you have kind of your normal tailgate. This is one of the nicest features they've done on these new RTV-X is you have a tailgate that can be folded down. Pull these. It's not quite as quick as the old style where you just pulled the lever on it real quick. But now you've got a tailgate, all right? Your normal RTV tailgate here. All right, but what did they add extra? They did this basically quick system to it that I'll show you guys real quick. I'll lock this one back in. This folding bed system. So if we leave this one unlocked and I unlock this front one right here, which the old ones didn't ever have, now this bed, and you can see the rubber bumpers here, folds down. You can have it wide here, but it's only sitting on the cable, or you can slide this cable out, and now this folds all the way down, and you can do this with all three sections, and you can have a flatbed. Or really quick and easy, you can pull these two pins, and it's just a circle clip holding them in, take these off, and you have a dedicated flatbed. So if you were to put something really wide on here, like a bale or something, and you were worried about bending the sides or breaking them, or you wanted to lay some 2x4s across it, something like that, or a whole pallet, you can easily do that now. In the past, you had to set it on top of the bed, which was not ideal to be setting things on the bed rail. So they did this nice little system that lets you to take it on and off, fold them all down, fold them all up, and you have some extra accessories now you can put on, like bed extenders and everything like that to extend the size of your bed, and some side rail systems that you can pop off these caps and put them in. So nice little system to basically change your towing and storage capabilities. So now it's just not one simple bed setup, but now you can have multiple setups on it to give it a little bit more versatility. So the good news about Kubota is they're always rugged and reliable and dependent. They might not be the fastest utility vehicle on the market, but they're going to be reliable. They're going to have a lot of cool systems. Kubota's always going to keep them up and keep working with them. Some other things, if you look in this bed real quick, as I'm thinking about it, you have your D-ring tie-in rings, and you've got your bed liner and everything like that. So again, a solid bed with, I think, about 1,100 pounds of payload capacity to it, and some customizability. Nice screen on the back here. So anyway, they're reliable, they're dependable. They've got that 24.8 horsepower Kubota diesel engine in it, that hydrostatic transmission that's been around for forever and makes it very safe and easy to use. And they come with a good warranty. So if you're in the market for a new Kubota RTV-X, something that's going to be not fast, but extremely rugged, reliable, and fuel efficient, this might be the one to check out.